For many right now, the current financial farming situation, especially for dairy, is very challenging. If you would please give us your ideas and thoughts on how the government can help farmers in difficult times, especially on dairy farmers. Thank you.
Congressman Peterson.
Well, thank you, Doug. Specifically on dairy, you know, we wrote this new safety net for dairy. And one of the problems was we kind of wrote it at the wrong time when we had the highest feed cost we've ever had. And we were concerned at the time that it was going to be actually too generous. We were going to end up with too much production. But what ended up happening, we had $12 feed costs at the time. The USDA calculates every month. It's now $8. And so when you add the margin on top of the feed cost, the program today does not look like something that people want to buy. So we haven't got the kind of sign-up that we need and should have. So we're looking at tweaking that feed cost situation. There's a bunch of different things that are being considered, potentially looking at whether you raise your feed versus whether you buy your feed, and those kinds of things. So, you know, it's something that needs to be tweaked. We're on the right path, but the current program is just not working exactly like we designed it or we hoped it would, and we're hoping to fix it so it'll work better in the future.
David Hughes, you're next.
I've talked to a number of dairy producers in this state, and I haven't been able to confirm some of what they have told me independently, but I'll tell you what they've been telling me and what my thoughts are to answer your question. 3 points. One is we need a better temporary worker program. They tell me labor is one of their big issues. They can't get enough labor, and what they do get is too expensive. So it seems to me that in the broader national issue of immigration reform, a better temporary worker program would be key to the dairy issue. Number 2 is, and this is one of the things I need to confirm, but I'm told that the way milk producers are compensated is based on this, what seems to be an odd issue of proximity or lack thereof to a city in Wisconsin. So what they tell me is that the California dairy farmers are making out because of these rules. Again, I haven't been able to confirm that, but that's the impression of the milk farmers I've talked to. And finally, the issue of input costs. We need to drive down some of these input costs by not ramping up the renewable fuel standards and the other things that make input costs more expensive.
And Amanda Lynn Henson.
My dad used to haul milk from Barnesville down to Melrose, and when he did, every quarter mile was a stop. And after a couple years, it turned into every half mile. And eventually, that turned into sporadic stops throughout the district. Our dairy farms are dwindling down to very few large corporate farms. And I believe that one of the real big issues here we have is our trade with Russia. I lived in Russia. I was a missionary there. I saw the sanctions come against Russia and then Russia retaliate by banning our agricultural products. I saw as we didn't have the poultry and soybeans, and we stopped seeing different products coming into the country. And cheese and dairy are one of the things that they stopped buying from not only us, but Europe as well. And Europe now has to find a buyer. We buy their cheese. We need to stop destroying our international relationships and help our trade work for Americans and for our farmers.
Okay, we're on to our next question from Teresa.
Okay, labeling food that contains genetically engineered ingredients has been in the news recently, and the passage of the law preempting the state laws. What are your thoughts on genetically engineered crops and on the necessity